I don't come to lose. And I told you he's going to be tough to beat. He's going to be tough to beat, but let me tell you what, he got the wrong Georgia here, don't he? So I want to tell y'all, if you can hang in there a little bit longer, just hang in there a little bit longer, because something good, it takes a while for it to get better. And it's going to get better. So I wanted to thank you guys for hanging in. And if some of you have to go home, you can wake up tomorrow morning and see that the new senator for the great state of Georgia is Herschel Walker. So I want to tell you guys, and I want to thank you guys for coming out. And thank you guys for being here. And thank you guys for all your support. I'm not leaving you. I'm up there, they call it a war room, and I say it's a blessing. Now, I'm up there in this room that I've been blessed. So I'm ready. And I know you guys are ready as well. So, hey, God bless you guys. Let's just keep it going. God bless. Thank you guys so much.
There you just heard from Senate candidate Herschel Walker, a big race here in Georgia, one that has caught national attention, and for good reason. This is a race that everybody has been saying for weeks is going to be a close call, and you just heard from Herschel Walker saying hang in a little bit longer.
You hang in a little bit longer because this could be a night where every vote matters. It's certainly 70% was our last update, Maria, when we were checking as those votes were coming in. 70% of the votes had been tallied in that race, and both candidates not breaking that 50% threshold, staying around 48, 49%, especially even in just the last hour. So extremely close race. His camp saying just hang in a bit longer. We're still waiting on some of those results. Right around 10:30, you know, most candidates really would like to hope that by the end of the night that they would know, but that race is certainly going to be close.
Yeah, and possibly not even announced tonight. That's something that we're monitoring. I want to take you out to, as you mentioned, the amount of votes that are coming in by the minute. We have an interactive map actually on AtlantaNewsFirst.com. Let's see if we can go down to that U.S. Senate race right there. 71% of those votes counted the AP estimates, and take a look, it's pretty close.
Yeah, and you can even see where Georgia, the pockets of blue versus the pockets of red, you can really see the breakdown on how different cities, different counties are all voting as well. It is an interactive map, so you can go in, you can see based on the county that you're in, which counties are and what the breakdown of votes looks like, as well as the percentage of votes that have been counted. So looking at Floyd County, about 82% of their votes have been counted, leaning more towards the Republican candidate Herschel Walker there. Still, look at that number. I mean, about 30,000 votes, Maria, in between the two. I was just talking with a UGA professor yesterday, and we were talking about this race, particular being the one that if there is a runoff, this could be the one.
And that is a race that I think people outside of Georgia might have their news apps open and watching as well. That website that we just took you to, I really like it just because look at how recent that update is. As late as 10:30, it's 10:33 right now with those new ballots coming in, and you can kind of look around and get a better idea, as you said, of how Georgia looks right now for that U.S. Senate race. This is going to be close, as we can already see. We will continue to monitor. We have our reporter Adam Murphy out there and our other Atlanta News First team as well following this, talking to these candidates, and really we are going to bring you that live coverage, those speeches that a lot of people are waiting for after they've voted, after they've made their decision tonight. We will bring you those here on Atlanta News First.
Yeah, Maria, the minute that we see that camera pop up, I know you're speeding to make sure that we can take those speeches live, so that for folks at home who are sitting by the TV, have their phone handy, that they can see them too. If they're not at those events, they can feel like they're there, because especially for this election, people, you talk to some of these voters are just feeling certainly invigorated and coming out to the polls feeling like their vote really matters this year. So especially now, looking at some of those numbers.
You know, another race we're following closely, a big one, the race for Georgia governor. Now it's incumbent Brian Kemp versus Stacey Abrams, a familiar story to what we saw a few years back. This time, 71% of votes counted, showing 54.2% in favor of Brian Kemp, 45.2% to Stacey Abrams. So look at the map here. A little similarity from what you're seeing from the U.S. Senate race to the governor's race, and we'll continue to update this board right here so you can take a look. If you are watching this off your phone, the Atlanta News First app, we have this interactive map on a mobile-friendly visual for you so that you have an easier time looking at where this race is and those percentages as they roll in by the minute.
Yeah, Maria, and these numbers actually perfectly speak to something that I was even talking with that UJ professor about, which was down the ballot, people who would typically vote Republican did vote Republican, but with that Senate race, Herschel Walker, that was where we started to see some Republicans either pick the Libertarian candidate or even to cross the aisle. So you can even see Brian Kemp in the lead there, but starting to see a little bit of a difference down the ballot in that Senate race.
I should mention, as we took you just now to Herschel Walker's team, we are also monitoring Senator Raphael Warnock's team as well. They have not made a speech tonight. I know we've had a few candidates already making speeches, Wynne, Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, now Herschel Walker. So we will continue to monitor Senator Raphael Warnock's campaign as well. And as soon as we hear word if there is going to be a speech tonight, we will bring that to you right here.